This is Math Moments with Mrs. Combs, and this is Multiplying Mixed Numbers Part 2. Now last time, we talked about turning a mixed number into an improper fraction, where the numerator is larger than the denominator, and multiplying across. You multiply top times top over bottom times bottom. And we also talked about pre-reducing, which is really a handy thing to do. But we didn't talk about how to turn that improper fraction we got as our answer back into a mixed number, and that's what we're going to do today. Remember that that's a division sign. I've made the big dots there to remind you that this is 14 divided by 3. So I'm going to put the 14 up here. I'm going to divide by 3. 3 goes into 14, well, 4 times, because 4 times 3 is 12. And the remainder is now 3. Well, this 3, is the remainder 3? No, it's only 2. So the remainder 2 goes on top, and the 3 goes on the bottom. So the answer here is 4 and 2/3. 4 and 2/3. Here's 5 divided by 2. Okay? We have to find out how many whole pies there are in that 5. So we say 5 divided by 2. How many whole pies are there? 2 goes into 5 2 times. So there's 2 whole pies. And that's 4 halves. We subtract. We get 1 remainder. That's the numerator. The denominator stays the same. So it's 2 1/2. 2 1/2. This is 24 divided by 5, 24/5. So I put the 24 in the box. I divide by the denominator, which is 5. It goes in 4 times because 4 times 5 is 20. And I subtract and have a 4 remainder. The remainder is the top of the fraction. The denominator stays the same. 4 4/5. 4 and 4/5. 37/6. Well, 37 goes in the box, and the 6 goes on the outside. And 6 goes into 36 6 times, because 6 times 6 is 36, which is close. I only have 1 piece left. That remainder is the numerator, and the denominator stays the same. Now, if we want to know whether we got the correct answer, we can go backwards to find out. Remember that if we turn this into an improper fraction, we multiply the denominator times the whole number. 5 times 4 is 20, plus that 4, and the denominator stays the same. And that's the same number we started with, so that means we've done it correctly. So that's the way you can check to see if you've gotten the right answer. We have some fraction and mixed number multiplication to try, and we're going to change our answer back into a mixed number when we get to the end, because the answer should be written as a mixed number. So 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15, because we must turn it into an improper fraction where the numerator is larger than the denominator before we can multiply. And the 2/5 is a regular proper fraction because the 2 is smaller than the 5. And then we multiply across. So we have 15 times 2 divided by 4 times 5. Well, I see some pre-reducing here. And we're going to go ahead and do that. The 4 doesn't go into the 15, and it doesn't go into the 2. But the 2 does go into the 4. So we can say 2 times 2 is 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And the 5 goes into the 15 as well. So 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into 15 3 times, and then we multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2, but that is an improper fraction. And we need to turn it back into a mixed number. So let's do that. We say 3 divided by 2. 2 goes into 3 one time. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 and 1/2. So the answer to this problem is not 3/2. It is 1 and 1/2 because it needs to look like a mixed number. Okay? Let's look at this one. Look, this is a proper fraction because the 5 is smaller than the 8, but this is a mixed number. So we have 5/8, which is going to stay the same. That's not very nice. Try that again. 5/8, and we're going to multiply it by the improper fraction. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. I'm already seeing some possibilities for reducing. And the denominator stays the same. So we multiply across and we get 5 times 16 over 8 times 5. Now the 8 doesn't go into the 5, but look, it will go into the 16. So let's see what we get. 8 goes into 8 one time. 8 goes into 16 two times. But 5 goes into 5 once, and 5 goes into 5 once. So we have 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 1 is 1. Well, 2 divided by 1 is just 2. So the answer to this one is 2. It's not a mixed number. It's a whole number, but it's an acceptable answer. All right, let's see what we've got here. To green this time. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9 over 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8 over 5. And we multiply across, and we get 9 times 8 over 4 times 5. Okay? Do you see any chance to pre-cancel, to pre-reduce? I do. Because I know that the 4 goes into 4 once and it goes into 8 two times. I can't do anything with the 5 and the 9 though. So I multiply across and I say 9 times 2 is 18 over 1 times 5, which is 5. Then I have to say 18 divided by 5. Well, 5 goes into 18 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. Subtract, and 3. I'm going to erase this so it doesn't get in the way. And the 3, this 3 is the numerator, and the denominator is 5. Okay, so it's 3 and 3/5. 3 and 3/5. Okay? We'll do purple. Well, the 7 is a whole number. It doesn't look like an improper fraction. It doesn't have a numerator and a denominator. So when we have a whole number, we just put it over 1. Okay? But this has to be turned into an improper fraction. 3 times 2 is 6, 7, 8 over 3. Well, there's just not much to do to that, is there? Because that 1 won't change anything. The 3 won't go into those evenly. So we get 56, 7 times 8 is 56, over 3. And we must turn that back into an mixed number. So we say 56 divided by 3. 3 goes into 5 one time. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract, get a 2, bring down the 6. 3 goes into 26 8 times, which is 24, and subtract, and you get a remainder of 2. So that's 2 over 3. So the answer to this one is 18 2/3. Okay, that's a little snippet, a glimpse of multiplying mixed numbers with proper fractions mixed in, and the mixed number turned into an improper fraction, and the improper fraction at the end returns to a mixed number. So that's part 2 of multiplying mixed numbers. There's probably going to be a part 3 coming up in the future, so just watch for it.